Hello, good morning, class. My name is Kwaini Sunday Bello, your course tutor for the day. I will be here to run you through a series of lectures for good 6 weeks. We are going to begin with lesson 1, perfect square, which is under quadratic equation. Our topic once again is perfect square under quadratic equation. Of course, you know there are different methods of solving quadratic equation. One of them is factorization, graphical method, others are completing the square, and formula method, which of course some people take it to be almighty formula. Some call it quadratic formula, but all the same is the quadratic formula. Now, but in this case, we are going to be considering making quadratic expressions perfect squares. Let's go straight to example 1. We are asked to find, as you can see here, notice my cursor. We are asked to find, now example 1 there, notice we are asked to find, look at it there, find the term that must be added to this expression x squared plus 12x to make it a perfect square. This is an expression, just an expression. It's not an equation, just an expression. X squared plus 12x is the expression. Now to solve this, to make it to add the number that must be added to make it a perfect a square, in doing that, you take half of this 12. 12 here is the coefficient of x. X is a variable, an unknown. So take half of this 12, square it. Whatever number you arrive at, that is going to be your the number you add, which will make this expression a perfect square. Now look at it here. Square half of the coefficient, like I rightly pointed out here, of x, or the middle term, which is 12x. You have x squared plus 6, which is the half of 12, this 12 here. Square it, you have x squared plus 12x plus 36. Now the term you are looking for is 36, which if you add will now give you a complete that expression. Now going further, you see example 2 there. We are asked to find the term that must be added to x squared plus 8x to make it a perfect square. The same way, we just square half of the middle term. Half of the middle term. You see it here, x squared plus half of the middle term equals, this will give you x squared plus 4, which is half of this middle term. This middle term here, 8 square. You square it. Whatsoever you arrive at will now be the term that must be added to make your expression a perfect square. So you have here x squared plus 4 raised to the power of 2, x squared plus 16. So 16 is now the middle term that must be added to this expression to make it a perfect square. Now going further, for more clarification, you see example 3 there. We are asked to find the term that must be added to 2m squared minus 3m to make it a perfect square. In this case, you discover that it's not the same as in the other examples that we have dealt with. This one is 2. You see the first term here has a coefficient which is 2. So you factorize. First of all, what you do, you factor this. After factorization, by factorization I mean you take out the common term, bring out the common terms. You have 2 outside, open your bracket and put your m squared there, minus what? 3m all over 2. Close your bracket, you have factorized. Now you take half of the coefficient of the middle term, which is 3m all over 2. By doing that, you have 3 divided by 2, multiply by this half, meaning you are taking half of this thing. You now have, as you can see there, equals, multiply the top terms, 3 times 1, you have 3. The denominators, 2 times 2, you have 4. So square this 3 over 4, and you have 9 over 6 here, which is the term that must be added to the expression in the question 3 to make it a perfect square. Furthermore, if you look at example 4 here, we have find the term that must be added to x squared minus 10x to make it a perfect square. The solution goes thus, just as we have resolved the other ones. Just consider the middle term, which is 10x. Take half of it and square it. Half of 10x is 12. Sorry, it's 5 rather. Square 5, and then whatever expression you get there is what should be added. When you square 5, you have 25. This is it, x squared minus 25. 25 is the term which must be added to this term to make it a perfect square. Having done this, I will leave you with some few exercises to play with. Number 1, find the term that must be added to x squared plus 12x to make it a perfect square. Number 2, find the constant that must be added to this expression n squared minus 4n to make it a perfect square. So we are done with the studies or the lessons. Should in case you have any question, you can drop your question in the comment section, or any observation, drop it in the comment section and we shall see to it. See you in the next class. Thank you.